Hi all, Loz D Punch Out TV. How are you all doing on this Saturday morning? Hope you're all well out there. I quickly just want to talk about Devin Haney if he was to ever fight someone the likes of Teofimo Lopez or Conor Benn. I think he gets destroyed. Honestly, I do. I watched him last night against... I actually turned it off after round... I think it was round 10 when he was fighting Jose Ramirez. And that version of Jose Ramirez that Devin Haney fought last night is he's spent Jose Ramirez. That's not the Ramirez. In my eyes, that's not the Ramirez of yesterday. But I give credit where credit's due. Devin Haney fought well off the back foot. He was put under pressure all night from Jose Ramirez, and he boxed on the back foot all night. I never saw Devin Haney pushing Ramirez back. I never seen him taking centre ring, but he was just jabbing, and Ramirez wasn't doing anything. He was just following him and through the odd single right hook or jab, and Devin Haney was catching him coming in. But if Devin Haney was to ever fight anyone like Conor Benn would destroy him. Absolutely destroy him in my eyes. And I never thought I'd ever say that about a drugs cheat, but I have to give credit where credit's due. Conor Benn's got art. The speed would be the problem for him. The speed and the movement and the pressure. Devin Haney wouldn't be able to cope with the likes of someone like Conor Benn. With the amount of volumes of punches and the pressure, I think Conor Benn would destroy him. Now, these two have got beef. A lot of beef between them. And funny enough, Conor Benn was there last night in New York at the fight card. Is it Times Square, wherever? I don't know. But it was in New York anyway. And Conor Benn was actually there. And I found that interesting. Because, like I say, these two have got a lot of beef between them, especially since Conor popped. Devin Haney's giving him a lot of shit. But Devin Haney, he's just... I don't know, man. After being out of the ring for that amount of time, after Ryan Garcia beat him, I want to shout out to Rolly Ramirez. I'm going to go and pick my son up now, and then I'm going home. I'm going to do some breakfast. I'm going to go home and watch that fight. I've only seen the knockdown. Shout out to Rolly Ramirez for bouncing Ryan Garcia all over the place with that left hook. I think it was a left hook. Like I say, I watched. I've only seen the knockdown. But for me, somebody like Devin Haney, he's just... I don't know. He's too safety first for me. I mean, that is a good thing, but I don't know. He seems to me like he hasn't learned anything. He didn't look any different to me. Now, yeah, he outboxed Jose Ramirez. Like I say, I know he's won, but I switched it off after round 10 and I went bed. Because it was late anyway, and I'd had a fucking skinful of ale, but I don't know. Devin Haney, he's just not that good, I don't think. I know he's former undisputed. I know all this, and I'm going to have a lot of people come at me for this, but he's not as good as what a lot of people are making out he is. Not for me, and I just don't see him beating If he was to fight Teofimo Lopez, now there's a world-class operator, an absolute prick out of the ring, but in the ring, a world-class operator. Teofimo Lopez would wipe the floor with Devin Haney. Absolutely wipe the floor with him. He'd school him and probably knock him out. I'd put him on I'd put a bet on it, or at least knock him down a few times. Lopez would absolutely wipe the floor with Devin Haney, and Conor Benn would destroy him. I'm telling you, I could see it. And like I say, maybe I'm going off board a bit, but I do believe Devin Haney fought that fight last night at 147. And obviously, if Conor Benn was to come back down to 147, I tell you what, Conor Benn would destroy him. He would. I know he would. And I don't think Conor Benn particularly is a great boxer, but what I like about Conor Benn, what from last week, what showed me, is the kid's got some fucking dog in him, man. And he fucking throws shitloads of punches. He's on fucking Duracell batteries. Fucking cyclist nearly hit my car, man. He's on Duracell batteries. And it's just the pressure. Devin Haney, he would, for me, if Jose Ramirez can keep him on the back foot last night and not really throwing a negative Jose Ramirez, a spent Jose Ramirez in my eyes, if he can keep the likes of Devin Haney on the back foot all the way through the fight, what would Conor Benn do to him with the amount of pressure? I mean, he could walk into something. But Haney's pillow-fisted, isn't he? He's not a very big knockout artist. When was the last time he knocked someone out? He's pillow-fisted. I just find him too safety. I don't know. His old man's I can't stand Bill Haney. What a weapon he is. But he's always spouting his mouth, my son's this, my son's that, and he's the greatest and all. No, he's not. He's not that good. He really isn't that good. Let's get it twisted. Gambosis wasn't that good. Even though, fair play to him, Gambosis did beat Teofimo Lopez. Haney beat Gambosis. So he beat the man who beat the man. So I give him credit, 135, undisputed. Captured the WBC at 140. I don't know if he's campaigning now at 147. I just know, I'm sure I heard the commentator say that fight was at 147 last night. But like I say, if he was to fight the likes of Jose Ramirez is just, he's class. He's levels above Haney. His IQ, his movement, that Teofimo Lopez, for me, is one of the best fighters in the world. He's not the best, I'm saying. In the top 10, for me, in my top 10 fighters in the world, Lopez would be well in there. The kid's just everything about him. His ring IQ, his movement, his reflexes, his awareness of what's coming back. And he fought a good Barbosa Jr., undefeated in 32 fights. Barbosa would beat Devin Haney, in my eyes. And Lopez schooled him, man. Schooled him. I gave Barbosa 1 round, and that was round 6. Probably the best punch of the night, actually. And it was from Barbosa. But Devin Haney is too negative for me. I find him... I know he was boring before, but he is fucking boring. But he's just too safety, man. He's too safety. And he's just not that good. I just don't rate him as... He's not as good as what a lot of people think or make out. Or I used to think he is. He's not that good. And like I say, Devin Haney. Conor Benn would destroy him. Absolutely destroy him. With the volume of punches and the pressure, I just think he'd just annihilate him. And Lopez would wipe the floor with him. But I don't know, I'm waffling on a bit now. Let me know what you think. Who do you think wins if they were ever to have a fight? Because like I say, they've got a bit of history behind them. Devin Haney and Conor Benn. Especially on Twitter. They're always going at each other. But like I say, after watching Devin Haney last night, it was that fucking boring. I actually turned it off. Because I was that bored. And, well, not that I was bored. It was just a shit fight. But I went bad. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm going to pick my son up. Peace out. Catch you soon.